UFC 272 has itself a new co-main event, with RENATO MOICANO being selected as a replacement for Rafael Fiziev in a fight against Rafael dos Anjos in a catchweight bout. Hello and welcome UFC fans, we're back with another video. In this video we'll take a look at the main card of UFC 272. But before we do that, let's take a look at two prelim fights that need to be mentioned. Marina Rodriguez vs Yan Xiaonan. Marina Rodriguez's knockout on Contender Series Brazil earned her a spot in the octagon, where she went unbeaten in 4 fights before falling to Carla Esparza by split decision. She has an MMA record of 15 wins, 1 loss, and 2 draws, and sits on a 3-fight win streak. Her last fight was a win over Mackenzie Dern at UFC Vegas 39 by unanimous decision in 2021. Team Alpha Male's Yan Xiaonan brawled her way to a perfect 6 straight wins UFC start. She has an MMA record of 13 wins and 2 losses. She lost her last fight to Carla Esparza by TKO at UFC Vegas 27 in 2021. Brian Keller vs UMAR Nurmagomedov. Brian Boom Keller walks into the octagon holding a record of 24 wins and 12 losses. Currently on a 2-win streak, his last fight at UFC Apex in January 2022 resulted in a win against Kevin Kroom by unanimous decision. Umar Nurmagomedov comes into this bout with a mark of 13 wins and 0 losses. The grappler and wrestler is on a 14-fight win streak and last won against Sergey Morozov at UFC Fight Island by rear naked choke in 2021. Please like and subscribe, and without wasting any further time, let's get into the main card. Sergey Spivak vs Greg Hardy. Sergey Spivak, nicknamed Polar Bear, has an MMA record of 13 wins and 3 losses. The 27-year-old Ukrainian is currently on a 1-fight losing streak, and his last fight was on September 4th, 2021 against Tom Aspinall at UFC Vegas 36. He lost the fight in round 1 by TKO. Greg Hardy, a 33-year-old fighting out of Florida, is a heavyweight fighter. He's currently on a 2-fight losing streak with a professional MMA record of 7 wins and 4 losses. Nicknamed Prince of War, he made his UFC debut in 2018 at Dana White's Contender Series. He fought Austin Lane and Tavares Gordon and won both fights in round 1 by TKO. His last fight was at UFC 264 against Tai Tuivasa, which he lost by TKO in round 1. Kevin Holland vs Alex Oliveira. Kevin Holland, nicknamed Trailblazer, is ranked number 15 best MMA middleweight fighter. Holland is on a 2-fight losing streak with a pro record of 21 wins and 7 losses. He made his UFC debut at Dana White Contender Series and defeated Will Santiago by unanimous decision, but lost his very next fight at UFC 227 against Thiago Santos by unanimous decision. Alex Oliveira, nicknamed Cowboy, is a 34-year-old fighting out of Brazil. He's currently ranked number 32 best MMA welterweight fighter. Alex is on a 3-fight losing streak with 22 wins, 11 losses, 1 draw, and 2 no contests. He made his UFC debut in 2015 at UFC Fight Night 62 against Gilbert Burns, which he lost by an armbar in round 3. He lost his last fight against Nico Price at UFC Vegas 38 by unanimous decision. Edson Barboza vs Bryce Mitchell. Edson Barboza is a 36-year-old Brazilian currently ranked number 10 best MMA featherweight fighter. Nicknamed Junior, he has a current streak of 1 loss with a professional record of 22 wins and 10 losses. He made his UFC debut in 2010 against Mike Lulo at UFC 123, which he won by TKO in round 3. His last fight was at UFC Vegas 35 against Giga Chikadze, which he lost by TKO in round 3. Bryce Mitchell, nicknamed Thug Nasty, fighting out of Arkansas, is ranked number 15 best featherweight fighter. He has an MMA record of 14 wins and 0 losses. The 27-year-old last fought at UFC Vegas 12 in 2020 against Andre Fili and defeated him by unanimous decision. He first featured in The Ultimate Fighter Season 27 and made his UFC official debut at UFC Fight Night Nashville against Bobby Moffett and defeated him by unanimous decision. Rafael dos Anjos vs Renato Moicano. Renato Moicano is a 32-year-old Brazilian lightweight fighter. Moicano has an MMA record of 16 wins, 4 losses, 1 draw, and currently holds a 2-win streak. He made his UFC debut in 2014 at UFC Fight Night 58 against Tan Ninimaki, which he won by a rear naked choke in round 2. His last fight was against Alexander Hernandez at UFC 271, which he won by a rear naked choke in round 2. Rafael dos Anjos is a Brazilian currently ranked number 11 best MMA lightweight fighter. The 37-year-old is on a 1-fight winning streak and has an MMA record of 30 wins and 13 losses. He made his UFC debut in 2008 against Jeremy Stephens at UFC 91, which he lost by TKO in round 3. His last fight was in 2020 against Paul Felder at UFC Vegas 14, which he lost by split decision. Jorge Masvidal vs Colby Covington. Jorge Gamebred Masvidal is ranked number 7 best welterweight fighter. The BMF belt holder has an MMA record of 35 wins and 15 losses. Masvidal made his UFC debut in 2014 against Tim Means at UFC Fight Night California and won by unanimous decision. The 37-year-old is on a 2-fight losing streak, notably both against welterweight champion Kamaru Usman. Jorge got his shot at the title at UFC 251 against Usman, which he lost by unanimous decision. He got his second shot against Usman at UFC 261 but got knocked out in round 2. Colby Covington, nicknamed Chaos, is ranked number 2 best welterweight fighter. He's on a 1-fight losing streak and has an MMA record of 16 wins and 3 losses. The 34-year-old last fought at UFC 268 against Kamaru Usman but lost by unanimous decision. He too lost to Usman twice, with first being at UFC 245 in 2019. He made his UFC debut against Anying Wong at UFC Fight Night 48 in 2014, which he won by TKO in round 1. This was all for the video, and we'll be back very soon. Please like and subscribe to our channel to be notified of our future content. Please let us know in the comments section if you have any suggestions or recommendations for our next video. Also let us know what your predictions are for the Colby Covington and Jorge Masvidal fight. Until next time, this is Fightbook, over and out.